Okay. Normally I wouldn't upload this so soon because I just did a review and I wanted to get some views first, but I need to explain this. I've done it once before, but now that I have a bigger audience, I feel the need to do it again. Just because some of you might not remember that I said this or know I said this or anything, I think this is very important to understand why I'm as critical of Naruto as I am. Alright? Now, I have seen a lot of people who do bash on Naruto just because they don't like Naruto. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie that there's some stupid haters out there too. No one ever said that there were intelligent haters only. You know, I never said that hating Naruto makes you smart. I never said that liking Naruto makes you stupid. I just said that it means that you frankly don't care about certain elements in this story. You can watch it for pure entertainment if you want. I frankly don't care. The people that I take issue with, I said, are the people who try to find quote unquote deeper meaning and then bash other series for not having any meaning at all, even though they clearly did. And also when they look for deeper meaning and just completely ignore everything that contradicts itself. Because it's just not intellectual honesty. I don't care if you guys like Naruto. I don't. And because here's the thing. Early Naruto, when the series started, I liked it. Heck, I'm going to say that for a while it was my second favorite series. I really liked it. Thought it was great. It was a lot of fun. It, had some really good music. I'm not going to lie, the music for it is great. Nothing short of great. But, there was some stuff I didn't like, but I figure, I'm not going to like everything about every series. Because, you know what? Contrary to what you guys think, there's some stuff that happened in Dragon Ball that I really wish they would have done different too. Because, you know what? It's not perfect. It's still my favorite series, but it's not perfect. Nothing is. Because I have different views on what I would have done. But it ain't my series. Okay? But, this is very important for you to understand. I was a Naruto fan. I'm not going to say fanboy. I never bought into the hype that this is the next Dragon Ball Z or anything like that, or that it's going to surpass it, that this, yada yada. Because just watching it, I knew it couldn't. It wouldn't. And it never did. I know a lot of people like to say it did, but Dragon Ball Z actually managed to maintain to attain the honor of being the highest rated animated series in American television history. Beat out The Simpsons a few times in the ratings. Yeah, it's huge. Okay, there's no denying that. Whether you guys like it or not, whether you think Naruto's better or not, you can't deny the success of Dragon Ball Z. But see, this is where the stereotype of the stupid Naruto fan comes in, because they make claims like this. They make claims of how these characters could easily be Dragon Ball Z characters, so on and so forth. See, the problem with you guys is that you're so focused on Naruto and people who don't like it that you're adopting the enemy of my enemy mentality. Frankly, I don't tolerate people who bash on Naruto for stupid reasons either. And when I say that, frankly, it's kind of a nitpicky, or when I see something that's frankly kind of nitpicky, or something that, frankly doesn't matter, I'll say it. I've told some people I really don't think this specifically is a big deal. Like everyone's saying that, oh, he looks like Goku being a super. I don't really care about that. I don't really care if he's supposed to be based on the Super Saiyan look for Goku. I don't care if Sasuke, the back of his hair and the fact that he's wearing blue is supposed to be a tribute to Vegeta. I don't care. I really don't, because in the long run, that don't matter. I do care that the guy who created them seems to think that they're remotely like them. I did not know that when I first started watching, because they're really not. But whatever. All of us at one point have done something that in some way tributes something that we, like. So it doesn't really matter. However, I just didn't care about that. I did like it. To me, it was interesting. And for a while, it really was. I'm not going to lie, it was. Where I think it started going a bit downhill was when I noticed that they were starting to defend what they were doing for the sake of Sasuke. For example, Kakashi taking Guy's techniques and teaching them to Sasuke. Basically violating a trust, so to speak, in order just so that Sasuke could win. He even says that the most important thing is that Sasuke wins. Why? Just because he's Sasuke? Seriously? Um, but, whatever. I was hoping that maybe he's going to take it somewhere. And to a point, Kakashi surprised me because eventually in Shippuden he did admit that he made a lot of mistakes with Sasuke. That much I admire. That much I'm glad Kishimoto finally admitted it. The problem is that Naruto doesn't seem to agree. Which, it's, yeah, sure, all well and good because, different characters, different opinions, yada yada. The problem is Naruto is constantly being portrayed as being right about this. That's what you guys need to understand here. Kakashi's actually the one right about that in that regard when he said that he was going to finish off Sasuke because it was a monster that he had essentially helped create. But the whole Naruto angle is the angle that's being portrayed as being right. And, then you got the Sakura one, who you think Sakura's got a spark of insanity when she says she's going to finish him off. But then it turns out that it's because she loves him too much to see him like this, yada yada, and all this. And then she remembers how much, she cares about him because, he actually said thank you to her. Brilliant. See, the thing is, I loved it. And believe it or not, I actually liked the filler. People kept complaining about endless filler. I liked it. Because it was starting to develop the characters. It was starting to... They took a look at what Masashi Kishimoto had done with his characters, and they expanded on it. They did. They were starting to develop new friendships, strengthen relationships. Naruto was starting to notice Hinata a little bit more, but he still had the thing for Sakura. Sakura starting to notice Lee a little bit more, so on and so forth. It was kind of teasing. It was. But, at least it was interesting. It was good. Some of it, I'm not going to lie, was frankly kind of dumb. I didn't like the whole hidden star village or whatever. I thought that was kind of corny. And, all that. And before anyone says anything, when it came to the filler, I watched the Japanese dub of it, so please don't patronize me and try to say that I watched a bad English dub. When I talk about the anime, because I actually have seen maybe 3 episodes of Shippuden in the English dub. I don't think I've seen any English dub filler. Most of my experience with Naruto past the in fact, even most of the Sasuke Naruto fight that's at the end of the first series was Japanese for me. So, please don't try to patronize me on this. But, I liked the filler. I did. Some of it, not so much. Some of it I did. Some of it I thought was interesting. There was a portrayal of Ino finally starting to get over the whole, being disgusted by anyone who's overweight thing, at least in terms of Choji, her teammate. There hadn't been too much of a secret that Choji had a bit of a crush on her, and it seemed they were hinting it might have been becoming mutual, or it might not have, but at least she was warming up to the guy, not, dumping on him quite as much like she did before, but, yeah, it was interesting. You were watching these people develop, and they even had one particular arc that I thought was fascinating where that old guy had actually hidden all those explosive tags all around the city. I loved it because it was actually a genuine mystery. It was a really interesting twist. But then came Shippuden. And Shippuden, I was very disappointed to see it pretty much tossed everything that had happened in that filler, all the development, everything, right out the window. I was really not happy. But I figure, okay, whatever, it was filler. I kind of knew it was filler, so, what else do I expect? But then, the development that you were hoping to see, the development that it seemed that the filler was trying to lead up to, like, they knew what was coming or something, or they could kind of, produce an educated guess what's coming, never happened. The side characters, or the secondary characters, I don't know if you can call them side characters, but at that point, yeah, they became side characters. And they got shoved aside. It was almost entirely, almost the entirety of Shippuden has been almost completely obsessively focused on Naruto and Sasuke. Now, the first arc of Shippuden, I don't quite mind so much. I know that some people like to talk about BS, about how Gaara gets brought back to life via some magic, even though he lost the spirit and is supposed to kill it. Yeah, but it was a life for a life thing. I don't really care too much about that. I do wonder how it is that he's able to manipulate sand so effectively still without the help of his, you know, demon there. But, you know, I figured that would have been explained later. Frankly, to my knowledge, it hasn't been yet. Wherein Gaara's powers seem to be almost completely unaffected by the loss of the Shukaku. But then, you know, the whole Sasuke thing shows up. That right there, seeing him almost get killed by Sasuke, and you know, all this. And yet he can't seem to process that Sasuke does not want help. Sasuke does not necessarily even consider him a friend anymore. I mean, he just freaking tried to kill him. Was where I started to draw the line. Now, see, this is where I think I have an advantage, though, because when it came to Shippuden, I started reading the manga. Right? I was watching some of the anime too, but I started reading the manga. And see, because I came to the manga later than most people, I think I had a rather unique ability to look at it. Because I didn't have to deal with all the, you know, stuff, you know, looking at it piece by piece. And I think that's the biggest problem that a lot of the Naruto fans have, is that they keep looking at it piece by piece, or at most arc by arc, instead of looking at the big picture and seeing the problems. There aren't so many problems when you look at it piece by piece. Recently, though, in some of the chapters, yeah, there are even by that. But, you know, looking at, you know, just arc by arc, not quite as bad. You know? A lot easier to overlook. But see, I had the ability to sit down and read the manga, and I could read entire chunks of it at a time. And I started noticing this crap. That there were inconsistencies, that there were rules being broken, that there were character personalities going back to what they were even before they started being developed in the old series. You know? And like Ino finally starting to show concern for her team and whatnot. Now all of a sudden she's, you know, still back to her shallow, flighty self whenever she sees a cute guy. I mean, you know, stuff like this. When you think they matured, they haven't. It's like instead of developing them or trying to come up with new personalities, he just recycled, in a lot of cases, the old ones just because it was easier. When it came to, you know, and then there's other, you know, as it goes along, various inconsistencies, this and that. One thing that I thought was particularly foolish is the fact that they establish that why Choji has to keep his weight up, what it has to do with his chakra, his power, his ability to fight and whatnot, and yet Asuma, his teacher, you know, I mean, they even established that if Choji actually loses that weight, he gonna die. It's part of the Akamichi thing, and yet his teacher, before he dies, tells him that he needs, you know, basically says, you know, it wouldn't hurt you to lose some weight. So what? Did he basically just tell Choji to off himself before he died? That's kind of harsh. But anyways, I digress. The point is, people, I want you to understand something. I am not coming from the point of view of a DBZ fan who's angry that Naruto is more popular, even though it never was, or angry that people like Naruto more than... No. I'm coming from the point of view of a fan who got so disgusted by what he saw this author do to his own series that I just couldn't take it anymore. And I got so ticked off by the other fans who just wouldn't accept that this was happening and say anything about it and just let it happen. I'm hoping this will help you understand why I say what I say a little more now. If not, well, there's nothing I can do about that. Anyways, later guys.